what he's saying.
I wonder if you can get a DUI for riding a bicycle.
Hi guys, we're Owen, Lynn, and Maggie of Van Trekking Lifestyle, and we're glad you found us.
Join us this week as we head out in the rain to Ocracoke, North Carolina.
A little island, a real island, where we have to take a ferry to get there in the rain. Here we go.
Take me anywhere that you want. I don't even care if we come back again. And as long as the sun...
Hey, first stop on this trip, Publix here in Emerald Isle, which we didn't get to see while we were over at Swansboro. But maybe next time. We're grabbing a little bit of groceries so we can head over to Ocracoke Island. And because it is an island, you probably need to provision before you head over there because it's a little expensive once you get there. What am I doing? I'm doing what I always do when we have a few free minutes. It's raining or something's going on. I'm here editing videos, trying my best to keep up with the backlog of getting these done, and I use every minute in the day that's available that's free to just work 5 or 10 minutes and try to do it as we're rolling. Hopefully you're enjoying this trip. We sure are. We hope it stops raining so we can really enjoy the beautiful island of Ocracoke, North Carolina. Maggie, ready for mommy? Ready for mommy to get back? I'm guessing all dogs are kind of like Maggie. She just does not like it if her entire pack is not together. So she's patiently looking and watching and waiting on mom to get back. Grocery lady.
I know. Did not get anything for grilling. Griddle.
Oh well. She said she got some yummies. Boy, did she. Love it when Mama Publix cooks like that. That's the second time you've found shrimp in one of them that's been really good. Full bellies and happy hearts, and we're going to head towards Ocracoke Island. We're going to make it well in time to get there before we have to get on a ferry. And hopefully it'll be a beautiful ride across the bay to get to the island.
And as long as the stars are shining above us, I just wanna be where you are. I don't wanna close my eyes. Then I might miss a moment of you. And as long as the sun shines upon us, and I just wanna be where you are.
So we're an hour ahead of schedule, so we're going to stop and walk around in the little quaint little town of Beaufort, North Carolina. Over here, Taylor Creek. Look how pretty this is. And if we had more time, we'd take the paddle boards out and go see if we can find those horses over there. So this is a sad sight. Seeing a boat listed over like that, came off the anchor during a storm and blew up to shore, and wow, it doesn't look like it's damaged that much, but you just never know. It's not good for them to lay sideways like that for sure. Wonder if they'd take $100 for it. Honestly, that was a really fun stop, and Maggie enjoyed it more than either one of us because she went in a lot of shops and people asked her name. She was just happy about all of that. We've got just a little over 5 minutes to spare to make it to our boarding for our ferry. When we're young, we tend to live for the future, and when we're old, we tend to dream of the past. But real joy comes from living in the moment, the right now. And right now, nothing beats this drive through the area of North Carolina known as Down East.
I just wanna be where you are.
We made it.
We did make it.
We're right behind a really big truck camper.
Yep. Second in line number 3. Don't have a clue what that means. It means we're not real big because it looks like everybody else is big's in line number 4.
Yeah, the truck beside of us is a
dump truck.
Has a bunch of sand on it, so they're taking the beach over to Ocracoke.
Okay.
I was just about rubbing this wheel on the wall.
I saw that. It's really close.
We're always amazed at how Maggie seems to take in the beauty around her. But on this ride across salt water, we realize that this, on a boat, this is her happy place, the place where her soul is at peace and her heart is full.
Tears misting in her emerald eyes, as everyone was standing idly by, trying not to watch or intervene, as tears were streaming down her face, down her face. Try to let it go.
Well, we're almost at Ocracoke. We can see land over here. But we can also see a double rainbow over the ocean. It's got to be a good omen, isn't it? I'm going to get back in the van and get ready to head over to our campsite.
She held in her hand a ribbon of silk, so lightly that it would be caught in a breeze. She whispered words not meant to be heard. She started to shiver, though she didn't.
Almost 2-hour ferry ride.
A long ferry ride. We listened to our book and got out and looked for a little bit. Saw a nice rainbow, but now we are docked here in Ocracoke, getting ready to get off the ferry.
Well, we made it to the campsite. Luckily for us, the rain is starting to calm down a little. It was raining pretty hard as we were driving the 3 miles out here. Pretty cool little place, and maybe the rain will stop enough for Magpie to go for her walk. What do you think, Mag?
I hope so.
That's our tradition, you know. You set up the camper and then you go for a walk. I think we're set up.
That's right. Let's go.
Actually, in seriousness, this is really cool. We can just turn the seats around and we're set up, and we don't have to worry about getting out in the rain and setting up a tent or setting up anything else. We can do everything we need to from right here and never have to get out in the rain. So we have about a 12-minute break in the rain showers. So guess what we're going to do with that? Yep. We're going to take Maggie for her walk. Habits. That's the way we do things.
She kind of told us she had to go.
She did, didn't she? I think she told us it stopped raining.
Oh, no, I think she told us she wanted to go for a walk.
Yeah, she was on that boat. She couldn't do that over there. Does that feel good, Maggie? sight, isn't it?
It is a great sight.
Yeah, and then there's not as much privacy as we normally have, but I got to tell you, for this campground, this is quite a bit of privacy. We're tucked back in here in these little trees and have our little picnic table set up. Our Pico chairs are back here. There are more tenters here than there are campers, so this is a campground that has 0 facilities. No water, no dump station, nothing here. You just come in and camp and you're dry camping. But what you get is a beautiful experience. And this morning, we're gonna walk over to the beach and explore. It's quite a bit of a walk over there. To walk over the dunes, and wind is blowing up to 30 miles an hour and topping out today at 40 miles an hour. So we're a little concerned about that, but we're bringing in a ton of solar. Our batteries are just about recharged from last night with just the solar. We're happy. Let's go for a walk. So today is Maggie's 8th birthday. She's 8 years old today. We may be crazy dog parents, but nothing makes her happier than a beach. So for her birthday, we're gonna take her out to the beach and let her do what she loves to do. And she is pulling like crazy to get us out there. So let's go let her enjoy her birthday.
From the moment we held on to things we cannot see, I would cross the sky forever. It's only just begun. I know you will agree. Things to make us all feel better. What I may have, what I may own, I give it all. Like a desert in the sun. My heart ain't heavy, it ain't heavy. You can walk and you can run. How I wish you knew my heart ain't heavy, it ain't heavy. Tell me when you've had enough. When all is said and done, you still feel the fascination. You can blame it on my love. I guess my heart is won. All the freedom you've been chasing.
One thing that's different about being in the Revel is that we're not afraid of any dirt road. We didn't know where this was going to head to, but we found us a really cool place to spend a little bit of time alone by the water.
My heart is longing for answering, 'cause I will wait night and day. You will see in time my heart ain't heavy, it ain't heavy. Like a desert in the sun, desert in the sun. My heart ain't heavy, it ain't heavy. Like a desert in the sun. My heart ain't heavy, my heart ain't heavy, it ain't heavy. You can walk and you can run. How I wish you knew my heart ain't
On our last day here in Ocracoke, Owen asked me what I wanted to do today. So some of the things I wanted to do was walk on the beach, which we've already done, take our bikes into town, and go out to eat somewhere, find somewhere, get some good seafood, and go for a hike. So right now we're going to go for a bike ride and see if we can find a good place to eat. Ride along with us.
It's not the first time that I'm happy. It's not the first time I feel good. But it's been a while since that happened, knock on wood. I try to stay cool on the surface. I'd ask you to stay if I could. Though my lips are sealed, you still get me, yeah you do.
Happy Mother's Day.
Thanks.
I said that we
Dinner,
should
lunch
be
today.
more than a couple. Of hours is not enough.
What was you saying?
I wonder if you can get a DUI for riding a bicycle under the influence.
Are you under the
Because there you go.
So I don't think you can come to Ocracoke without coming to the Ocracoke Light Station and seeing the beautiful all-white Ocracoke Lighthouse. Really pretty, and we enjoyed it. It's really cool to be able to come here on the bikes too, by the way.
If you lead the way, then I'll follow wherever your heart wants to be. I'll try to keep up.
And just like that, we're back at the campground.
And if we move too fast, I will tell you. I'll ask you to stop, but I won't. The way that we both feel about this just means go. That's why I said that we
Which hand's it in?
should be more than a couple.
Is that your birthday bone?
This is not enough. So kiss me again and again.
You're welcome. Did you wake up at the beach, Magpie?
He's so pretty. What?
Took me each time to get down. I got it right. Get it right, you get a smile. And you may be asking, no, Maggie doesn't sleep with us in the bed. There's just not enough room for that to happen. But every morning she does wake up and kind of do a rrr, and sometimes, like this morning, she didn't get our attention enough and she had to bark and wake us up. She doesn't want to go out. She wants to crawl up on the bed and snuggle for about 30 minutes or so, and then she's ready to get down and go out, which is where we are right now. It's a little dance we do every single day when we're camping. So we mentioned before that this is an island that gets decimated by hurricanes and tropical storms, and that's happened almost every summer for the last 10 years. We learned yesterday that maybe that's the first time that's happened since 1950. But the island, even though it was beat up really badly last summer, it's mostly recovered, isn't it?
Right. And a lot of the businesses are open and things are fixed. It doesn't look
Roads seem to be okay.
Yeah.
Some things are totally repaved. The campground, you'd never know, with the exception of the fact that the office that used to be here is no longer here.
Speaking of the campground, what did you think of the campground?
Well, there are 4 loops. There are bathrooms at each one of the loops.
Right.
There are showers at each one of the loops.
But there are cold showers.
We have a warm shower right over there.
We definitely use our
I gotta
shower.
tell you that every single day we're here, you would hear children screaming and crying because they're taking a cold shower, and you would hear some man or woman in there go, whoo! And it was fun to listen to because they're kind of out in the open, but you know, you have some privacy, but it's still a cold shower. They're paved sites. and they're not extremely big. I imagine you could get a 30 to 35 foot RV into most of them if you really try.
But most of them, you don't have any protection from the wind, and it's very windy here.
It is.
And you don't have any protection from your neighbors either.
In fact, yesterday we had gale force winds for a lot of the day, and I never knew how much wind it would take to force Gale to do whatever she needs to do, but apparently it's about 50 miles an hour. We had gusts over 50, and we had sustained winds yesterday here of in the upper 30s for a good 3-hour period of time. So just be aware of that. It's a beautiful national park campground, but it is flat with very few trees, very little shade, extremely sandy, mostly tenors that come here.
Mostly tenors.
There's no water or electric at any site here, just the site itself. It's all dry camping, but there is a dump station with potable water and a dump station just across the street, and there are fill-up places at each one of the loops, so just be aware of that. You're going to have to dry camp. So our van did really well.
Works well for that. We'll call that a wrap for this week's video. And if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up.
Subscribe if you haven't already done that, and then you'll learn that next week we'll be just a little further north, another ferry ride to the little town of Frisco as we take in the Hatteras area of the Outer Banks. Lynn, Maggie, and I are really grateful that you're part of our journey. You mean the world to us, and we hope we see you down the road someday soon. Until then, Maggie would say,
Happy Tales!
We'll end this week's video by showing you the reason most people want to come to a little island like this. The pristine beaches, the sand, and the waves. We hope you have a wonderful week. See you next week.